I'm Matt Cerrone from MetsBlog.com and SNY.TV, and I'm thrilled to be here at the All-Star Game at Citi Field. But instead of kind of covering the traditional All-Star Game stuff, I figured take the opportunity, talk with some out-of-town reporters, some out-of-town fans, and learn a little bit about how outsiders view the New York Mets.
I think people see the Mets as a team of the future. I think they see it as, the modern fan, the sophisticated fan knows that you've got to flip some players to get prospects, and the Mets got blue-chip prospects when they traded R.A. Dickey. And when you have not just Harvey, but Wheeler and Syndergaard and d'Arnaud on the way up, you've got strength coming up through the farm system, and that's how you build a powerhouse.
I think they're doing the right thing with, bringing in top-line rotation guys. Their lineup's going to be good enough, and shoot, if they're only scoring, the opposition's only scoring one or two a night, you're going to win some games.
The key for me is how they approach this offseason. With all the money coming off their payroll, and they've asked fans to be patient, that they have the money to spend. Well, this is time and opportunity is now we're at that intersection.
The common theme we heard was the Mets are on the right track, but the timing and cost of the final stage of the rebuild is clearly up for debate.
The Mets have to look at the Nationals and the Braves now and say, hey, next 2-3 years might not be our window, but after that might be the time to sneak in and overtake them.
They have to decide, is it this year, is it next year, is it the year after? I have a feeling it's the year after next.
They can sell the young pitchers to free agents, but it's not a ready-made winning team at this point. So to get a guy to come here to New York for the Mets, you'd have to buy him. And it's going to take money to get those guys to come in, not just the promise of some good young pitchers.
And what about rival fans? To them, are the Mets a threat or a joke?
They don't care about them right now just because the Mets aren't up that way, to be honest. The Braves are the focus there. The Nationals and Phillies are creating a rivalry. We still look at Mr. Met as Mr. Choke, from a few years ago.
I would find them to be more so as a developing franchise. It's kind of hard now to kind of catch up to the Braves and the Nationals as their lineups are kind of stacked, but at least with the development of Harvey, with anyone else kind of coming up with d'Arnaud and anyone else in the minors, I think very well in a couple more years. So, yeah, absolutely, they can be part of the top 3 teams in the NL East.
While the opinions gathered seemed somewhat positive about the Mets' future, we found quite a bit of a wait and see if it actually happens feeling among the masses. Maybe the thoughts of the outsiders are more simple than we think, as Pirates pitcher Jason Grilli puts it best.
How do we look at the Mets?
Yeah.
A team that we want to beat.